This whole section used to be covered with banana plants, but unfortunately the sun took them out. And I feel like this has been a learning experience for me because it took me a few years to finally get it through my head that the bananas just aren't going to produce here, because while they will start growing once the summer heat comes along, they're up against the cinder block wall, so the harvest scorch every single time. This year I finally am getting the message. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is transplanting the last of Eden's offspring. The only reason it was able to survive is because it was completely covered with the leaves of the dying banana plants. So let's move it over. And this variety should be the Manzano variety. I had a Goldfinger variety as well, but none of those made it. Now that doesn't mean that they won't pop up suddenly, because they might still grow from the rhizomes. But I'm not getting my hopes up. Wait, first let me move this. This is a compost bin that I've had for a while now. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Everything in there is really dry. I feel like I can't keep enough moisture in there to get it to actually turn into compost. I actually prefer to compost in a regular, super cheap plastic trash can. That's been working really great for me. So first I'm gonna try and pull up all the irrigation. There's so much mulch over here that the soil itself looks pretty great. The soil underneath is gorgeous, absolutely stunning, but it's just not an ideal spot. Now I'm gonna start digging up this pup. And then I'll show you where I'm putting it. Okay, there we go. Look at those roots. See? Wow. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. The roots look pretty good, so I think this one should survive. A Jaegerist if I've ever seen one. This is my tropical garden bed. So on the very far corner, I have tomatoes and cucumbers growing, and everything's loving it here. I also have ube that is starting to make its way up the trellis. There's the ube. Look how beautiful. That one I just bought at the store, and then I planted it, and it took a few weeks, but now it's growing crazy fast. It's already all the way up here. So it should reach the top soon. And here's the vine. It grows really, really beautiful. The rest of the garden bed is a little bare. I have one pepper tree all the way in the corner. I have one grapevine over on the other corner. And I have an amaryllis right here. I also have a couple of squash that I'm going to take out because they haven't been performing the best. For the most part, the bed is pretty bare. I think if I plant the bananas over in this bed, they're going to grow really well. They're going to be protected enough to give me a harvest next year. I have my fingers crossed, but that's what I'm hoping for. So this banana pup, I think I'm going to plant maybe right here in this little section. Or should, ow, 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 ow. Ooh, these are some of the leftover raspberry vines. Ow, they have so many thorns. I have my banana pup right here, and because the Manzano variety grows really tall, I think I want to plant it closer to the middle of the bed. That way I can plant things that are shorter along the edges. And because I just took this one out of the ground, I am going to add some mycorrhizae to help with root development. So I think I'm going to plant it right over here maybe. Right over here. Right over here. I think right over here. This looks like a good spot. But I like this spot better. Yeah, I think I'm going to plant it right here. So I'm just going to start digging a hole. Then I'm going to take some mycorrhizae, just a little bit, just like that. I'm going to sprinkle some in the hole, and I'm also going to sprinkle some all over the roots. Then I'm going to pop this in there, just like that. And I'm going to backfill. I tried not to disturb the plants around it too much. Those are annuals, of course, so soon they'll be coming out. And hopefully by next year, this whole bed is just entirely a tropical bed. There it is, Eden's offspring. I should name it Eden Jr., mayhaps. Now, I said I was going to transplant pups. Pups as in plural. Pups as in I have 3 banana varieties in the garden. I have the Manzano variety, Goldfinger, and the Dwarf Cavendish variety. And the Dwarf Cavendish variety is a really cool banana because it tastes just like the ones that you get from the store. The banana plant stays a lot shorter, but the fruit is just as big as, you know, like a regular banana plant, except this one's not going to tower over you. And the good thing about it is that if you have a really small yard or a small garden, or maybe you want to grow bananas in containers, this variety would be amazing for that. And this little banana plant will always have a really special place in my heart. The other day I saw by the garden center with my son. He saw a plant, immediately knew what it was and wanted it. And I didn't have the heart to say no. At this point, with all the plants I have, it would be kind of hypocritical to tell him he doesn't need that plant. This is our Manzano banana. This is our Goldfinger banana. And this little guy right here is Kiki, the Dwarf Cavendish banana. Look at those beautiful roots. What does mycorrhizae help with? Roots. Good job. The water's freezing. To keep this little banana nice and warm, I'm tightening it down here at the bottom. This is the most perfect little pup I've ever seen. And it just means so much more to me because this is my son's plant. Kiki, the Dwarf Cavendish banana, looks like this, but its baby looks like this, and it almost looks like it's trying to protect it with its leaves. And it died back but left one tiny little pup, and that's the pup that you see up here. It was scorching during the summer, but then the shade cloth went up and it started growing like crazy and pushing out all these pups. So now I see 1, 2, 3 pups. And I think I'm just going to leave the biggest one, and I'm going to take the smaller ones and I'm going to plant them into the tropical bed. I'm just trying to dig them out using my trowel. But when I dig them out, I want some roots intact or a little piece of the corm. So here's one. You can see the roots are intact still. And then some of that white stuff is still stuck on there. So I think this one should make it. Oh, I feel so bad doing it, but it's necessary. And then here's another one. Oh, this one has some really good roots. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is a winner right there. Hopefully both of them make it though. And now you can see that there's only 1 pup remaining. That way, if the mother plant gives me fruit this year, I can chop it down and then this one can take its place. Oh, and look, I planted Kiki November of 2021. Now that I have 2 more pups, I think I'm gonna plant one right here and then the smaller pup somewhere around here. Maybe somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. So first, let me get to that section. Right here is a big empty spot. Perfect for a Dwarf Cavendish banana. So I'm just doing the exact same thing, digging a hole big enough to fit the root ball. Oh my gosh, next year, I just know this bed is gonna look stunning with banana plants. And I'm not adding any additional fertilizer because this is one of the garden beds that I recently amended to. I'm gonna sprinkle some mycorrhizae on the roots. And I'm gonna sprinkle some in the hole right there. Then I pop it in and backfill. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Mark my words, next year I will get my rack of bananas. Mark my words. It's time for the last and final pup, which I think I'm gonna plant right here. And there's a bunch of mushrooms growing in this bed. This one doesn't have as many roots, so I'm trying to keep that in mind. I'm just gonna douse it in mycorrhizae so that whatever roots it does have can grow. And then in the hole, and then I'm gonna pop it in. Okay. Backfill, and I'm all done. Okay, these pups should start multiplying and growing rather quickly, and hopefully soon we'll just have racks and racks of bananas coming from this garden bed.